Well, Coach, it was a 6-point game at halftime. Then they came out in a 2-3 zone. Did you kind of like to see that zone at that time?
It worked to our advantage, didn't it? I mean,
Yes,
we
it
came
did.
out and shot the ball real well, got the ball to the free throw line, hit some threes, got some second chance points. So yeah, for sure, I was pleased with how we attacked that zone. You know, we're going to be seeing zone frequently down the stretch, so it's something that we practice on quite a bit in practice.
How important is it for the Sox Center office to have guards like Torrey Kerfeld and Sierra Corton to be able to drive to the basket like they do?
Yeah, and you know, sometimes they may be going a little bit too fast. So we're trying to find that balance of, yes, it's definitely attacking the basket, getting to the rim. That's something that we're constantly talking about is get to the rim. But also know when it's not there and, you know, maybe make a pass or make a pitch for the next girl.
You know, I know negatives are turnovers, right? But do you look at it too, like I do sometimes? It's the type of turnover sometimes. Realizing you're going to make turnovers, but sometimes it's the style or whatever you want to say, it was a bad turnover.
Yeah, for sure. You know, early in the season, we were turning the ball over 20-some times, and that's unacceptable. Tonight at half, we're sitting at 11, which is unacceptable. But you're right. Some turnovers, if we're trying to push the envelope and trying to make a play, you know, sometimes we are going to turn the ball over. But some of our turnovers, bad passes into the post, you know, that was disappointing. And, you know, again, you know, I don't know that anybody's a big fan of Monday night basketball games. They have a tendency to be pretty sloppy, and I think this one probably fit into that mold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I could tell you way back when, a long time ago, when the girls always played Monday, Thursday,
right,
and that Monday game was never good.
Right. Yeah, this brought back memories of those a little bit, but I really liked how we got after him defensively, especially our guards. I think were really getting after him to the point where you could see they were frustrated, and they've had it with our guards, so that was good to see.
Say, can you also explain too? During the conference, you used the shot clock,
Yeah.
but now you haven't been. And what is the reasoning there?
Yeah, so the high school league implemented the shot clock starting next year. So next year, all games will have the shot clock as part of it. They also gave conferences the latitude that if all schools in the conference had a shot clock and agreed to use it, conferences could use it this year, and the West Central Conference has adopted that. We've chosen not to even ask the other team in non-conference games if they want to use it, because in the section play, we're not going to have it, so we feel like we need to play games without the shot clock. And, you know, there's no question. You know, our girls are playing defense for 40, 45 seconds out there, and the girls on the bench were thinking, man, I wish we had a shot clock right now, it'd be our ball. So we really like playing with it. Next year, all games will have the shot clock.
Another point, too, for the Sox Center team, when some of the girls come in off the bench and get a basket, how important is that going to be going down the stretch here?
Yeah, I really like our depth this year. More so than the last couple for sure. You know, until we get Maddie Schuster back, which we're getting closer, you know, Emily Peters and Avery Reeland come in and give us really good minutes. And when we get Maddie back, we're gonna be 8 deep, and have confidence that all of them can come in, play defense, which is critical, but then also provide some offense.
So tomorrow, Bold. I see Bold is playing tonight against Springfield, but wouldn't you know it, nobody's keeping score in that game, so I don't know how it's going.
Yeah.
But Bold beat Sox Center the first time around in a lower scoring game. What are you expecting tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, whenever we play them, well, I shouldn't say whenever, but the last 2 games we've played them, they've run a box and one or diamond and one, guarding Sierra. And, you know, that's just not a defense that you see a lot of. I thought we did a better job in the second half of attacking it, and expect that tomorrow night, assuming that's what they play, we'll do a decent job of attacking it. So, you know, I think part of it is the mental side of it. Whatever defense you see, just like in the second half, we had a play drawn up for man defense, because that's what they'd been doing, but they came out in a zone and we attacked it nicely and jumped out to a good lead.
And then, too, on Friday night, boy, BBE always has a good team, and they have another one this year. And so explain what's going on, too, on Friday night down at BBE.
Yeah, this is the first of a couple boy-girl doubleheaders that we're going to have. Both of them this year on the road. Really like to have them occasionally. And, you talk about, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're going to have 4 teams that are ranked in the top 20 in their class playing Friday night. So what I also like is the lower level teams are going to get to play. So in Bruton, the C Squad games are going to be going on at 4:30. In Belgrade, the JV games are going to be going on at 4:45. And then at 6, the varsity girls will be the only game going on, followed by the varsity boys game. So looking forward to a fun night. Friday night, the gym's going to be packed with both schools. They love their basketball, and obviously with the proximity of our schools, we're gonna be fired up. So
I think I saw too on Twitter that BBE's doing a thing where if you buy some gear, you get in for free.
Yeah, and I believe that deadline is passed, but they're having a Hope for Cancer game, a great cause to raise some money, and so it's going to be fun to be a part of that event.
I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but I have to bring up, because you got a couple of Saturdays when you talk about some ranked teams, New London Spicer here on a Saturday, and then you've got Becker up at Alexandria.
Yeah, I think Becker's like 2 and 3A, and I think New London is 2 and 2A. We play them on successive Saturdays. That's going to test us. We like playing really good teams, and we're going to have to bring it just to stay in those games. So, definitely looking forward to those Saturdays. It seems a ways away just because we have so many games between now and then, because we're playing every other day, it seems like. Or back-to-back like Monday, Tuesday of this week. So a lot of good basketball coming up for our Sauk Center teams. Big win for our boys Friday night versus Melrose, and they've got a big week. They're going to Benson, I believe, tomorrow night, and then they go to Morris Thursday, and then of course part of that boy-girl doubleheader Friday with BBE. So their toughness is going to be tested. They're going to be away from home for a series of games here, which I know when talking to Coach Kiefler, he likes, because if you want to go deep in the playoffs, you're going to have to win games away from this gym. So he's looking forward to that challenge.
Well, I guess overall too, as you bring up the boys, and with everything going on this winter, what's the atmosphere around school? That has to be pretty good, isn't it?
Definitely, and I know our hockey teams are having good years. Our wrestlers had a really good Saturday. Lana Walter is having a tremendous winter on the wrestling mat, and I give her a really good chance to be a state champion this winter. Wouldn't that be cool to have a second state champion this year from Sauk Center? And our boys swimmers went to the True Team State this Saturday, and our dance team is going to Bold for the conference meet on Thursday. So just a lot of good things happening in Sauk Center.